Welcome to the world of gentle wonders. Today, join our little kitten Lumi as she sets out on a brand new adventure filled with love, courage, and discovery. One day, Lumi was happily chasing butterflies across the meadow. Her mom lay quietly in the grass, smiling as she watched Lumi. But a red scorpion was sneaking closer. Suddenly, the scorpion bit her mom's leg hard, and she fell to the ground in pain. Lumi noticed something was wrong and rushed toward her mom. Seeing her mom suffering, Lumi grew very anxious. She turned at once and ran to find Dr. Bear. After a while, Lumi came rushing back with Dr. Bear. Dr. Bear bent down and gave her an injection, but then he shook his head and said, "Only the rainbow mushroom that grows on the faraway mountain can save your mom." Lumi did not hesitate. She quickly set off to find the rainbow mushroom for her mom. In the bushes, she suddenly spotted a hunter crouching, aiming his gun. Out on the grassy field, a little deer was quietly lowering its head to eat. Lumi immediately turned and ran toward the deer, calling out as she ran. The deer lifted its head at the sound and bolted away in panic. At that very moment, bang! The hunter fired his gun. The deer dashed into the tall grass, the bullet missing its target. Thanks to Lumi's warning, the deer had escaped. The hunter stomped his feet in anger and left in frustration. To show gratitude, the little deer guided Lumi to a hidden shortcut through the forest, telling her that once she crossed it, she would see the tall mountain. The forest was thick and the light was dim. Lumi walked carefully through the shadowy woods. Suddenly, she froze because something seemed to be moving in the grass ahead. Lumi fixed her eyes on the grass. A terrifying wolf leapt out, and Lumi bolted in fright, her heart pounding wildly. The wolf chased after her without pause. Lumi spotted a patch of tall grass ahead and dove into it, hoping to hide. The wolf lost track of her scent and circled in confusion. But inside the grass was a huge python. Lumi dashed out again. The wolf saw her and immediately gave chase once more. She ran desperately, the wolf close behind. With nowhere else to go, Lumi scrambled up a tall tree. The wolf glared up at her but couldn't climb. Lumi curled up on the branch, shivering, almost in despair. Worse still, the wolf howled to the sky, calling more wolves. Soon, they surrounded the tree. Just then, a thunderous roar shook the forest. An enormous tiger emerged from the trees. The tiger clashed with the pack of wolves in a violent battle. The wolves, overpowered, scattered and fled. Taking her chance, Lumi climbed down from the tree in a rush, fleeing quickly until she finally escaped the dreadful forest. Lumi finally made it out of the forest and reached the quiet lakeside. She lowered her head and drank the cool water, feeling her thirst fade away. Just then, ripples stirred on the surface. Lumi's heart tightened. and as she looked up, the crocodile lunged at her with its jaws wide open. Terrified, Lumi ran for her life. She didn't notice the slippery ground beneath her paws and suddenly fell down hard. The crocodile opened its massive mouth. At that very moment, a gunshot rang out. Startled, the crocodile quickly turned and slipped back into the water. Lumi was panting, her heart still filled with fear, as she looked into the distance. It was the same hunter from before. This time, the hunter had saved her. Lumi kept moving forward until she finally reached a cliff that rose into the clouds. Without hesitation, she began climbing with all her strength, and at first, everything went smoothly. But suddenly, the rock beneath her paws crumbled, and Lumi slipped downward, only to be caught by a branch jutting out from the cliffside. Exhausted and disheartened, she wondered if she could really succeed. Then, she thought of her mom. Gritting her teeth, Lumi gathered her courage and climbed again. With unrelenting effort, Lumi finally reached the top of the mountain. At the mountain's peak, a mighty eagle stood guard over a glowing rainbow mushroom. The eagle slowly approached Lumi, inviting Lumi to climb onto its back. Then, with a great beat of its wings, the eagle soared into the sky. They flew over the emerald lake, where the crocodile lifted its head and roared furiously at the sky. On the lakeshore, the hunter also looked up, smiling. They passed over the dense forest and saw the mighty tiger. Nearby, the wounded wolf lay on the ground, licking its injuries. Then they flew across bushes and meadows where the little deer lowered its head to graze before softly lifting its gaze to watch them. On the meadow, Dr. Bear was still by her mom's side. The eagle slowly descended, set down the rainbow mushroom, and Lumi landed safely. Lumi handed the rainbow mushroom to her mom, who gently licked it. A miracle happened. Soon she was completely cured. Exhausted, Lumi nestled in her mom's arms and drifted into a deep sleep. From that day on, across the wide meadow, alongside the flowers, many rainbow mushrooms bloomed, gifts brought by the brave Lumi. Okay, Lumi's adventure ends here today, but Lumi's story goes on. Thank you for watching and being part of her journey. Subscribe and come back soon for another adventure with Lumi.